Hello peeps and hello peppers and welcome to what I used to call the weekly recap and weekly beginning. I actually like alliterations, so I decided this has to be called the Monday Manatee from now on, because as long as I'm writing the Sea Monster book, the manatee will be tremendously important to me, also because I always look so droopy and sad and salad chewing, but I can be very social and friendly and problem solving. Um, as usual, I shall begin to draw something that is like from my memory of several manatee photos, but that who knows what and how it will become in the flow, and then the flow will probably tell me something about my writing and learning process, and how that should be shared with other people. I also drew some tarot cards from this only deck that I have. Did I already mention that I'm kind of um, saving up for having like an extra tarot stock to choose from, and that one of the most significant events of the last week was an art market where actually people offered me to print a tarot if I design one. And I found that so cool. So I really have a project going on now. And I already have an idea how this is going to be, but I won't give too much away because, I want to premiere it when it's done. And I just hope there will be a lot of good audience with it and for it, because you might have figured that I have a ritual of listening to other people's tarot readings on YouTube, and I'm hearing this word breakthrough and using my voice a lot, so that actually fits this card, because this card also shows the, like most professional readers call this, the throat chakra and the voice, and like she is voicing an sign, and she has a flash in her head, so that could, to me in my life context, also hint at neurodiversity. So I should probably use my specialties to make a living. And here is this Kapuziner Kresse plant, of which I still haven't Googled the name in any other languages, but you will know what it is if you are into botany. This one has a whole lot of feathers. That is a good symbol of writing, and the hair is like very wavy. Okay, my hair when it gets wet is also very wavy, and I like making waves. And I just showed the tarot cards to someone today, and talked a lot about like feathers, because the feathers have a really like solid microparticles that like clasp into each other and make the feather very dense, so you can't blow out a candle through a feather. So some people, including myself, should maybe like dense up the bulwark against other people's opinions, should blossom on their own terms, make waves on their own terms. Here's the moon again, that is like depending on the culture you're talking about, male or female. So I see it for myself as a symbol of like uniting my male and female energy, and like the number 5 is very significant to me in a very personal context, where I compare all my soul parts to the 5 fingers of a hand. So I need all the fingers to put my grip around an object, or also around something that I need to wrap my brain around. And yeah, I see that this animal is very much like an immobile stone, sort of like the sea monsters in my story when they are sleeping. They look like stones with seaweed on. So maybe my prospect for the week is really doing something that no one sees yet and using unseen talents, surprising people. Now I kind of automatically make waves like here. So this is also again this making waves. This card is called the Ancestors. I asked the card really what I should do to earn a living with my specialties, or what I even should do against my panic. And then I remember my deceased grandma. That's a good ancestor because, let's say, she always talked really positively to me, like when I had panic attacks, and she always trusted in me to get a job with my talents. I see like the bear here. The bear is often like a symbol of like both hibernating and self-care and earthiness. And of course here we have the five fingers of the hand again. So ta-da, maybe this is like, okay, movement here with the animals with horns. I'm not that horny, no. But like the animals are in movement, the animals are going ahead, and the grandma in the pink coat is like just resting and meditating in her cave. Yeah, like many moons ago when I had huge panic attacks, someone linked an article called The Neanderthal Theory of Autism, which should not be taken literally, and many of the theories there are also outdated, a little bit Stone Age. But the interesting point was naturalizing autism, because the person who wrote this thought that autists had more Neanderthal genes than other people. It's my understanding that there is no scientific proof of that, but this article illustrated the autistic people as very nature bound, and the panic attacks as a very normal, let's say, warning system, like to stay in the cave and rest as to protect the health in the bad weather. And I like this rosy pink because it looks a little bit like a rose. Maybe this week will be rosy because I will remember like the good times with my grandma. I also had a good conversation today with someone about what I'm thankful for concerning my ancestors, what I learned from my ancestors. And yeah, the sea monster, if it exists, is a living fossil. So yes, maybe I want to be a living fossil that lives to tell the tale, to educate some people how it was, how some things were in the olden days. It depends very strongly on the context, but this shall be in the olden days. And now I'm really, really tired, so I will quit this here. But I wish you a good memory of an ancestor tonight and a chance to use your voice and to voice an and to release the peace stuff. One of the reasons why I only know the German name for this plant is because grandma and grandpa had them in the garden, and under certain circumstances I heard that you can eat them, but I haven't tried that yet, and I will Google much more information before I try things like that. And like here, the whale is of course also seen as a messenger between time periods, and he lives in his own bubble, and I think if I see that properly, the bubble is the world. So Yes, we should all work in our own bubble and respect our own bubble, but also when we work on our little bubble, that may rock the boat in a good way for someone else. So I wish you a week where you can rock the boat just the way you are. Bye bye.